everyone, let's try this question. This question says that determine the magnitude of the resultant force, that is Fr, which is equal to F1 plus F2, and its direction measured counterclockwise from the positive x-axis. So let's make the diagram. This is basically our positive y-axis, and this is nothing but our positive x-axis. This is basically our 250 pound force, which makes an angle of 30 degree with positive y-axis, and this is nothing but our 375 pound force, which makes an angle of 45 degree with positive x-axis. So the question says that we are going to find out the resultant vector, and for that our first step says that apply the head to tail rule here, which is put the tail of second vector on the head of first vector. So according to our diagram, the 250 pound force, it is basically our the F1, and similarly the 375 pound force, it is basically our F2. So we put the tail of F2 on the head of F1 like this. This is basically our 375 pounds force. And lastly, join the tail of 250 pounds, which is F1, to the head of 375, which is F2, like this. This is basically our resultant vector. So this diagram seems like very complicated and very complex. So I'm extracting this diagram into here. This is basically our 250 pound force. This is nothing but our 375 pound force, and this is nothing but our the resultant vector. The point is to be noted here that the resultant vector is not acting along the positive x-axis. Remember this thing. Until and unless if the question says that the resultant vector is acting along the positive x-axis, so you should consider the resultant vector along the positive x-axis. Otherwise, it is not acting along the positive x-axis. Okay. So this is basically our the triangle. And in triangle, there are the three angles. Let's call this alpha. This one is beta, and this one is gamma. According to the question diagram, the F1, which makes an angle of 30 degree with positive y-axis, and we know that the angle between the x-axis and y-axis, it is nothing but the 90 degree. So how much 250 pound force makes an angle from the positive x-axis? For that we have the formula, that is x plus y, which is equal to 90 degree, and this is basically the complementary angle, because the summation of complementary angle are equal to 90 degree. So x plus 30 degree, which is equal to 90 degree, so x, which is equal to nothing but 60 degree. So 250 pound force makes an angle of 60 degree from the positive x-axis. And similarly, if you join 60 degree with 45 degree, you actually get the angle between the F1 and F2. And this is nothing but 60 degree plus 45 degree, which is equal to 105 degree. And remember this thing, this 105 degree, it is basically the tail to tail angle between the F1 and F2. And this angle, this is beta. This is basically the head to tail angle between the 250 pounds and the 375 pounds. So if tail to tail or head to head angle is given, and we are going to find out the head to tail angle, so we have the formula for calculate it. And the formula says that beta, which is equal to 180 degree minus theta. Theta, it is nothing but the head to head or tail to tail angle, and this beta, it is nothing but the head to tail angle. So this is nothing but the 180 degree minus 105 degree. And if we subtract the 180 degree with 105 degree, we will get 75 degree. So 75 degree, it is basically the head to tail angle between the 250 pounds and the 375 pounds. This is basically the 75 degree. So our question says that find out the resultant vector. So apply the law of cosine here to find out the value of resultant. And law of cosine says that, and this is basically our the second step. Okay, so law of cosine says that Fr, which is equal to under root f1 square plus f2 square minus 2 f1 f2 into cos of theta. Why I am putting the minus sign here? Why I am putting this minus sign? Because the 375 pounds, it is basically acting towards the negative direction. That's why I am putting the negative sign here. So Fr, which is equal to under root the value of F1 in our question, it is nothing but the 250. So this is basically 250 square plus the value of F2 in our question, it is nothing but the 375. So this is basically 375 square minus 2 into 250 into 375 into cos of theta. The head to tail angle between the 250 pounds and the 375 pounds, it is nothing but the 75 degree. So this is basically 75 degree. So grab the calculator, put the values into it and solve it for the value of FR. So the value of FR, it is nothing but the 393.13 pounds. Now, according to the requirement of question, the question says that find out the direction of the resultant vector which measured from the positive x-axis. I told you from the beginning, if your question doesn't say about the resultant vector is acting along the positive x-axis, so you should not consider the resultant vector is acting along the positive x-axis. Remember this thing. So this is basically our positive y-axis, and we know that this is our, let's suppose this purple line is about the positive x-axis. So this diagram seems like very complex and complicated, but actually it's not. Just trust me. So let me draw a diagram. This is basically our the 250 pound force. Okay, and this is basically our the positive y-axis, and this is nothing but our positive x-axis. The 250 pound force makes an angle of 30 degree from the positive y-axis. How much 250 pound force makes an angle from the positive x-axis? This is nothing but the 60 degree. So 60 degree, it is basically the angle of 250 pound force from the positive x-axis. And this is nothing but the 375 pound force, which makes an angle of 45 degree from the positive x-axis. So by the help of head to tail rule, we put the tail of 375 pounds on the head of 250 pounds like this. This is basically our 375 pounds. And this is nothing but our the resultant angle. So we are going to find out this amount of angle, this little angle. Let's call this phi. And this phi, it is basically the angle of resultant vector measured from the positive x-axis. But remember this thing, this is basically our clockwise angle. So this phi can be calculated as, this phi can be calculated as phi plus 60 degree. So, I'm extracting this diagram into here. This is basically our the 250 pound force. This is nothing but our the 375 pound force, and this is nothing but our the resultant vector. This is basically our 60 degree plus phi angle. The angle between the 250 pounds and 375 pounds, it is nothing but the 75 degree. And this is basically our beta. Beta, it is basically the angle between the 375 pounds and FR. So apply the law of sine here to find out the value of phi. So law of sine says that, so sine 60 degree plus phi, the opposite side of 60 degree plus phi, it is nothing but the 375. So which is equal to sine 75 degree, and the opposite side of 75 degree, it is nothing but the FR. And again, which is equal to sine beta, and the opposite side of this beta, it is nothing but the 250. So I am comparing this one and that one to find out the value of phi here. So it is nothing but sine 60 degree plus phi, which is equal to 375 into sine 75 degree upon FR. And we know that the value of FR, it is actually equal to 393.18. So 375 into sine 75 degree, which is equal to 362.22, and if you divide it by 393.18, we will get 0.92. So this is basically equal to 0.92. So sine 60 degree plus phi, which is equal to 0.92. So shift sine to the opposite side so that it will become 60 degree plus phi, which is equal to sine inverse 0.92. The sine inverse 0.92, which is actually equal to 66.92. So 60 degree plus phi, which is equal to 66.92 degree. So shift 60 degree to the opposite side so that it will become phi, which is equal to 66.92 degree minus 60 degree, which is equal to 6.92 degree. So actually 6.92 degree, it is basically the angle of resultant measured from the positive x-axis. But remember this thing, this is basically our the clockwise angle. So the question here is why this is the clockwise angle. So there are the two answers to say this. The first answer is according to the question, it says that find out the counterclockwise or the anti-clockwise angle. So it means that the resultant vector is always a clockwise angle, the number one. And the second answer is that this phi, it is basically moving into the clockwise manner. So that's why it is basically the clockwise direction, because this is basically direction of phi. And if you complete this circle, so this circle is exactly moving as same as our clock is moving. So this is why this is basically the clockwise angle. So the resultant vector, it is basically lie in the fourth quadrant. So if the resultant vector is lying in the fourth quadrant and we are going to find out its direction or angle from the positive x-axis, and the resultant is lying in the fourth quadrant, so for the fourth quadrant we have the formula, and that is 360 degree minus phi, which is equal to theta. Okay, so theta, it is basically the anti-clockwise angle of resultant vector measured from the positive x-axis. And this phi, it is basically the clockwise angle of resultant vector measured from the positive x-axis. So the whole angle of first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant, it is nothing but the 360 degree. So 360 degree minus phi, and the value of phi, it is nothing but the 6.92 degree, which is equal to theta. So 360 degree minus 6.92 degree, which is equal to 353.08 degree. So 353.08 degree, it is basically the angle of resultant measured from the positive x-axis, and it is lying in the fourth quadrant. That's why I subtract this 360 degree with this 6.92 degree. But what if our resultant vector is acting along the third quadrant? So if our resultant vector is acting along the third quadrant, so we should subtract 270 degree with this phi, so that we actually get the angle of resultant measured from the positive x-axis. So that's a difference. Now, your question has been solved here, and your concept too.